I'm going to talk a little bit about coloring. So everybody likes to color, but it can be helpful to have it set up in a manageable way for your child to access, use, clean up, and put away independently. The way I would recommend doing that is having some kind of supply for them to access their own paper, and we do limited quantities. So I would only do maybe 5 or 6 pieces at a time, and if they use all of those pieces and want to do more coloring, you can decide whether or not you have more paper ready somewhere for them to use, or if that's all the paper for the day. I like to do half sheets, so it's more for them to get to use, and because young children under 3 often do just, the marks on the paper and then move on. So a supply for them to get their own paper, and then some kind of container that has a limited number of crayons. I usually suggest 3. 1, 2, 3, at most 5. You want to have a very small amount because that also lets the children really appreciate what is there. If you have a whole basket of 300 colors of crayons, that's wonderful to have that many options, but 2-year-olds don't need that many options. They need limited options so that they can really process it and experience it in a manageable way. So I always peel the paper off of crayons because I've come to see that children end up becoming more frustrated with the paper than anything else. Children love peeling the paper off of crayons, so that is a whole activity in itself. So I would have a few crayons in a container, show them that they can get their paper, and then tell them where they can color. So having a place that they do their work is really important. Having a nice child-sized table is really great, or if you have a step stool so they can get to your family table. And then also having a method of cleaning up. It could be a sponge with abrasions on the side, or a magic eraser, but if crayons get on the table or the surface they're coloring on, they're very capable of cleaning it up themselves. When they're finished coloring, which means they've walked away from the table or this activity, they should put the crayons in the basket and be done. And the paper that they've colored on should have a designated place that it goes. You could have another basket or a tray or a space in your bookshelf that they put all of their colored pictures. They could put it directly on the refrigerator. But it needs to have a place so that when they're done, they know what to do with it and not just leave it out and wait for someone else to clean it up. So that is coloring. It's really simple. It's a really great activity because it can be rotated easily. You can have crayons of different colors, different shapes. There's the big block crayons, triangular crayons, and using different types of crayons encourages different grasps. Currently in the classroom, before we took our break, we have a crayon that was made in a muffin tin, in a small muffin tin. So it's a cylindrical, short cylindrical crayon. So it encourages like a full fist grasp. So just the type of coloring implement that they're using can be beneficial for fine motor development. So that's coloring in the home.